Hey folks, PCoutcast here. Today we're taking a look at Tempest Citadel. So this came out fairly recently. It's sort of base building RPG, I guess, or no, sorry, a base building RTS. Although the battles, like the real-time strategy battles, are not really, they can be completely automated, and in fact they seem to do just as well automated as if you controlled them yourself. So, a quick look over. So I've been playing it for a few hours. I have I'm about 40% through the campaign, and I thought I might as well just show it from here instead of starting from the beginning. So you've got all these people. You got people that are in cryostasis. You arrived at this planet on a ship. Everybody was in cryostasis, and they're slowly being revived. And as you do that, you can, they go from deep sleep into light sleep, and then from light sleep you can select which ones you want to wake up. So currently I have two people that got injured in fights earlier on. They are, I put them back into cryo sleep because I don't have the medical facilities yet to heal them. Like this one has crippled arm, this one has brain damage, so I can't fix either of them yet. Augmentation is required. But I have all these other people, so I've got like 5 soldiers, the red ones. Blue ones are scavengers. The yellow, that's kind of a greenish yellow. I don't know. There's 2 of them. They're scavengers. Then the yellow ones are engineers. Green ones are researchers, and blue ones are medics. So you want to, when you go and attack places, if you take, for example, a researcher, you're more inclined to get things like blueprints and intel and stuff like that. If you take engineers, you're more likely to get to scavenge up a lot of raw materials that you can use to build your base. And scavengers are faster at clearing obstacles and stuff like that. Gives you more time to be able to actually clear out spaces. And I'll show you that in just a minute. You can also go in and look at like each individual character. It's a little bit like sort of like an XCOM type of game. You have like each of these guys. I don't know if you can rename them. Probably. Yes you can. Okay, Turk is fine. Shows you what their level is. When they do level up, you're able to get a perk, and that unlocks various things. Like Duelist is 40%, plus 40% to light weapons, plus 20% rate of fire with light weapons. Red Haze does more damage in a crisis, and is good against energy weapons. So those are the ones I chose for him, and everybody has their own perks. In medical, once the augmentation is unlocked, whenever I get that, I'll be able to actually heal people's damages. You can also equip them with all kinds of things, different types of weapons and armor and whatever, or you can just click auto, and they'll automatically be distributed. Then you get your base. So you've got the inner core of your base. That is things like power and cryo and hospitals and whatnot. You got the outer ring, which is like food production, extra research, more food production, docking rings for better ships, stuff like that. And then you have defense. You have all these points, 8 points that you can fill with turrets. Currently I only have turrets, but apparently that's only basic, so we're probably going to be able to level that up at some point as well. These are some of the items. These are like raw materials here, the top level resources. Then you got weapons, armor, and equipment that you can make to equip your squads for attacking. You can also recycle old stuff that you don't need, and you can upgrade your ship as well, both with actual upgrades to the ship and improving the ship itself. So I'm currently just waiting to get enough machinery parts to be able to upgrade from the Raven to the Hawk, which will allow me to take a squad of 8 instead of 6. You also have research. Now, it doesn't really seem to make that much difference what you focus on research-wise. I mean, maybe if you're playing at like a really high level, it might make some difference to try to what am I trying to say? Like focus on particular enemies' weaknesses. For example, one of the types of enemies that you encounter has a weakness to bioweapons. So if you develop bioweapons and you equip your squad with those, you're going to do more damage than if you use something that they're not weak to, like kinetic weapons or whatever. But anyway, you can choose the priority level of different things. If you want to level something up faster, you can do that. You can also pause any one of these. And if you put any one of them to urgent, you can put them to pause to turn them off. You can put anyone to urgent, which literally pauses everything else until that one's done. So that's another possibility. Once in a while, you get an insight point, which is a little bit like perks for your characters, except it's like for your whole city. And it can also affect tactics for your squad. So you can do more damage with kinetic or bioweapons. You can do better with cautious and focused attacks, and I'll show you that in a minute. And so on. Vault is just the stuff that you've already unlocked. Same archive shows you what you've unlocked for tech as well. And then you got the map. Actually, before I show you that, here's your sort of citadel thing. So all these things on the outside is stuff that I've added on. You start out with just the centerpiece. And yeah, you get your ship. That's your ship flying around it, trying to protect things. Once in a while, something will attack you by air. And so you'll actually have your squad will be flying around here on little hover boots or whatever and shoot at those guys, plus the turrets that you've built on as defense will shoot at them. So then you got the world map, and this is where you choose targets to attack with your squad. I currently only have 2 options available. All these other white ones are ones that I've already conquered and I have under my control. So there's currently a faction, a refuel tower, which what that does is you need refuel towers to open up new areas. So if I took this, I'd be able to like maybe expand to out and down into this area. It's currently held by the Severed faction. Their threat level is 799. Terrain, type, visibility, range, etc. Right? This one is a temple. It's held by creatures. They've got a little bit more threat level, and visibility is the same and everything. Okay? So for squads, you can choose who you're gonna take with you. You got your reds, which are soldiers, and whatever that one is, kind of an olive color is a scavenger. You got another scavenger, and medic, and so forth. Now, you want to try, since this is, I'm probably not going to. Probably not going to be getting that much scavenge from this. I might change this out and put, let's see, got him, put nosedive in there. Hannibal's not particularly strong, and you kind of want to have a medic because if anybody gets seriously injured, they can heal them up. You can also save specific loadout types. For example, this particular loadout A is like hardcore. But actually, that's the exact guys that I just set up, isn't it? Yes. All right, you know what? Restore that. There you go. We're gonna use them. Intel allows you to get a glimpse into the place that you're targeting, what kind of resistance you can expect, what kind of damage they'll do, what defenses they have. So a Valiant Mech Warrior does kinetic damage, has no known weaknesses, and is strong against kinetic and bioweapons. So that's going to be a bit of a problem because my guys are basically equipped with kinetic and bioweapons. Tactician does damage with kinetic and energy and is strong also against these. So if I had energy weapons, which I don't, that would maybe be a better use. Even though they don't have a weakness to them. They at least aren't strong against them. And a legate is basically the same. Same as the tactician, just uses slightly different gear and whatever. So we'll try attacking them, and we might just get our butts handed to us, but, you know, let's see what happens. So this is, we're putting out a little bit more damage than them. Now, in here, you can select this style. You can be cautioned, balanced, or aggressive. You can tell them to assault in sort of like use explosive type weapons in wide area things, so that it'll do, it's good if you're going to be attacking like large groups of enemies. You can use balanced and you can use focused. You can also choose target priority. So you can have them go for proximity, weakest first, strongest first, wounded, healthy, etc. And you can also get them to go in different formations. So let's move that person over there. And let's see. We can check out the thing. So we've got not a lot of enemies. So, you know, I'll change one over to assault, and we'll see how that goes. Now they'll go off and attack on their own, or you can get them to move. Like, you can move them to specific areas if you like, but it doesn't work that well. Like, this game's pretty good, but it's got a few problems to it. Oh yeah, they're getting murdered by the meat. Oh, got 2 down, but I think we're gonna win. 2 down. We'll see how injured they are. Okay, so one person was actually critical. Another person just has serious wounds. Of course, it's Hannibal. She's like the weakest soldier. So I'll put my medic point into her, so that now both of them will heal from these. If you don't do that, I don't know how you remove it. But if you don't do that, then those critical wounds will be one of those things like that somebody is knocked out, like they've got brain damage or a crippled limb or whatever. But if you have a medic point, you can put it into that person that got seriously wounded, then you're going to be okay. They will heal up from that. So this is your scavenge screen. You can go down. I haven't actually seen this one before. Hack explosives. Interesting. An electronic lock. Okay. Well, I don't have the ability to hack. So, come on. Why are you not letting me do this? There, explode it. Why is it causing grief? Why are you doing this? Okay, just drill through it. Man, lots of locks. Okay, we'll try lock picking it. What is going on with this place? Not usually have these many locks and things. In fact, we're not going to be able to actually clear much of anything because of all those. What is that? That looks like some kind of vault. But we can't collect anymore, so there you go. We'll have to come back later. How are we doing for ship? Yeah, that's what I wanted. I want machinery, which I did not collect by the looks of it, or at least not very much of it. Alright, well, we're continuing on with that. And a new spot opened up. Now we're going to have to change my guys out here, because he got seriously injured and so did she. So they're going to have to rest up. We'll put the scavengers in there. So I got that one for creatures, and that one is held by the cursed. Let's just try this with that crew. I don't know how well it's going to work out. I mean, they're kind of kind of on par with us. It's a bunch of wyverns. Of course it is.
Reporting.
Put that with that, and let's just switch back to focused. That typically works pretty well against these creatures. Took some damage, but everybody's pretty much okay. Now, with the extra scavengers, this should go a little faster. Drill through it. It seems to be drilling takes the longest, but it's the most likely to succeed. And that's it. That's all we're going to be able to get today. Ah, Cobra got a perk. Let's see. Far Sight AUG. Extra visibility, weapon range, long range accuracy. That's pretty nice. Mirrored skin seems like a good thing, especially since we're coming up against those mechs now that are using energy weapons. So Turk has dropped down to only late wounds. They do heal up fairly quickly, as long as you don't take any critical damage, because that takes some kind of technology that I do not have. And I have no idea when I'm going to maybe get it. I'm also building up a hospital, which should also increase our rate at which our guys heal. I could I mean, I could build some miniguns, but I don't want to use up my robotics just now. How did we do? Did we get any? Not really. A lot of machinery. All right. So we got the cursed one, and then we also have this one held by the severed. Squad? Can't bring them on yet. Can I get some intel on this place? We've got commandos, savage, etc. They're weak to, well, the commando is weak to bioweapons. Bio. Okay, so they're all weak to bioweapons, and they, what is that? Ooh, he does psi attacks. Interesting. Let's go check that out. Let's switch them over to assault mode, because there are quite a few. What is that, a troll? Okay. Oh, we took some serious damage. 2 people are down. Hopefully not. Oh, no, they're alive. At least. Put a point in there so they don't actually have to heal, but both of them are going to have to heal up. Let's try... Oh, come on. Why is it... I don't understand why it's disappearing when I go to try to... Hello? Let's try explode... Can I not use explosions? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Guess I can't. Okay. Blow that up. And that's it. Did that get us any closer? Yeah, quite a bit more machinery, so that was good. And how is everybody doing health-wise? Bond is injured. Could replace her with Turk, I guess, for the next one. So the new one is creatures, but we're going to go to this one for now. This is a factory, so we should get lots of, hopefully, lots of machinery. That would be great. We will take Bond off of there and put Turk on instead. I'm not going to be able to scavenge quite as much, but maybe what I'll do Swap you out for an engineer. Try that. Oh, what are we facing as far as weapons? Gunner and an assault drone. So the assault drone is not weak to anything. Does kinetic and energy damage. The gunner does just kinetic damage, also has no weaknesses. But it seems to be just the two of them. So that's kind of interesting. Everyone's a little bit different. Oh, they're getting hammered by the... Damn. Taking damage. Okay, you're fully healed. That's good. Oh, good grief. Being able to hack apparently is going to be a thing in the future for me. Let's... breaking through that's not really going to do anything. We're not... Still not going to be... Don't have enough time to do anything about it. I don't know why it's saying there's extra there. Oh, we did get a little bit more of that, so that's good. So I could build some miniguns. Maybe I'll just do a couple of... No, maybe I'll do one of those, because that's all the... No, I will not do that, because I want machinery. I can't believe how much machinery that takes, damn it. I want the better ship, because I need to be able to take more crew. So the hospital's done, that's good. That requires machinery. That requires tools and... You know what? Let's build that. This requires machinery. Do not want to use that. Save up. How's everybody doing? Cobra is injured. Get nosedive back on there, I guess. Okay. Creatures holding a military base. Severed holding a temple. Let's see what we got to deal with. Critters! Weak to bioweapons. Sounds good. So let's do focused. It's a lot of them. They do like energy, by the looks of it, energy attacks. Oh, they're getting wrecked. Die, wyverns. Our squad has discovered a large hydroponics chamber underground at the site with an active power station. We can deploy a couple of maintenance crew and draw a regular supply of food and biomaterials. So that gives 2 new crew jobs plus a bit additional monthly food and bioresources, which is very nice. So we don't actually scavenge anything from that because we now hold that site. And of course that didn't help me with my machinery, sadly. Also take a look at how things are going over here for the research stuff. Creatures. Construct a hatchery to access new research. Construct war room. Soul. Signs and psi abilities. Storm planet anthropology. Robotic production line. High power weapons and equipment. Ballistics, advanced kinetic weaponry. Gas grenades. Laser scalpel. Advanced healing. That sounds good. That's currently on high priority anyway. New one is a refuel tower held by the cursed. How's everybody doing? Relatively healthy? Temple has being held by an eliminator. and a valiant mech warrior. Well, crap. Okay, well, we'll give it a try. They tend to do a number on us. Okay, there's not a lot of them, so that's good. Oh my goodness. Getting murdered. Getting totally murdered. Let's evac out of there. Mission failed. Yeah, you think? Interestingly enough, when you hit evac, apparently you none of your people take any damage. So that's kind of nice. Let's do this. It'll open up a new area. That is a lot of things. Let's try switching them. Move you over here. Switch them both over to assault and see how that goes. You're gonna be kind of in a crappy location there. Oh, taking a lot of damage. Taking a lot of damage. And that's not working out at all. Total disaster. Great. Well, I'm gonna have to reevaluate things a little bit. Anyway, you have probably a pretty good idea of what this game is all about. It does get pretty repetitive as far as the gameplay is concerned, and your choices don't seem to make that much difference. But I'm basically continuing to play it along because I want to see what happens with the story. Even though you can't actually affect the story seems to just play out however it's going to play out. But yeah, I would say it's a good game, but not a great game. You know, there's good stuff, and there's nothing really stand out. Like, there's lots of RTSs that are far better. There are story games that are far better. There are games that are far better graphics-wise. You know, take your pick. It's probably not worth $20 like they're asking. If it looks like something you would be interested in, I would just wait for a sale on Steam. And I'll provide the link for that in the description. So, thanks for joining me. See you next time.